Hello guys, welcome back to Luau 2. So it is Thursday, February 16th, 2023. And wow, only just saying Luau 2. When you realize that's the only lab we have left. For now at least. Just for only a few weeks. We'll have ZL3 back in no time. March 9th. Because that'll be the finale. Yeah, by then we should have that world back just in time for St. Patrick's Day and Pi Day, of course, and all that. Anyway, with only one lab remaining at the moment, what are we doing here in ZL2? Oh, let's check it out. First things first, I need to go down to the library and present you all with something pretty familiar. If you watched all the way back at the very beginning of the series, dating all the way back to 2017, so to speak, this should be familiar. If not, we have the Return of Luau 2 books. That's right, you heard me. For the first time since before the 2017 corruption, harnessing all the way back to early 2017, we have not had a book here since. I am not making that up. Let me show you footage to prove I'm not lying. Also, thanks for your recent support on the sub count. See? I told you we were doing them prior to this. That's for you, Cool Get Verdi Free, who thought we didn't do them prior to this. Nope! Here it is. As for the rest of you who don't know, yeah, this is not a joke. We legit did books here in ZL2 prior to the 2017 corruption. This is not a joke. Of course, all of these are gone now, of course, because of that. Which means now I have zero clue what half of them are based off of. Unless we look very deep into this footage, which I'm not going to do right now. Anyway, here's some footage.
Wrong one. Year 2017 is on from March 13th to the 17th. Items will unlock each day of the party.
Yep, there you go. Proving we have done this before. Well, this was unexpected. Luau 3 is no longer ours. For now. Operation Luau 2023 Part 1. Also, welcome back books in Luau 2 for the first time since before the 2017 corruption. And yes, this is Mr. Sheep writing this. Upcoming events. February 23rd, Winter Luau begins. March 2nd, Winter Luau ends, plus Dig Out the Lab 3 begins, and March 2023 catalog. March 9th, Dig Out the Lab 3, Part 2. That would be basically Phase 2 to be exact. Time to end Winter 2023 right with a luau so things can warm back up here just in time for spring to start. See you all February 23rd by Mr. Sheep. I'm not going to lie to you, it feels so weird to actually have one back here again after almost 6 years. It really does. And it's nice to have it again. The only reason we did it exclusive to ZL3 for so long is just mainly because, hey, that's one thing to keep the two labs different from each other. Which was true, actually. That is exactly why I kept them exclusive to ZL3 for so long. It helped keep those two labs different from each other. So they didn't look exactly the same or act the exact same when it came to updates and features. That can explain why also there hasn't been a book here in around 6 years. For that reason alone. But since we don't have ZL3 at the moment, we'll do this temporarily until then. Unless you want me to keep it as a permanent feature going forward. You never know. Maybe if I have a good enough memory, I might be able to bring back the rest. Yeah, don't take that second idea literally. I don't think I'm actually going to do that. But you never know. Maybe, because you never know with me. I'm random. Anyway, outside of the book, there is no other updates outside of the construction. Speaking of which, that is literally what we're getting into right now. So, we only have like one place with construction. I know, sad, considering the Valentine's Day construction from 2 episodes back had way more than this. And despite this being the main event of the month, you'd think there would be more. I just couldn't think of anything interesting, okay? Now, when the actual event releases, that's where my mind will actually start getting creative again. Which, oh, don't worry, it has the whole time, trust me. It's just there I'll have a better idea of what I'm doing. Anyway, return on February 23rd to end the winter at ZL2 with a winter luau. We're doing this purposely so we can warm the things back up here, get rid of all of this snow, and, bring things, bring the sand back that is underneath all this snow. It's going to be great. And actually, by the time the event ends, most of this will be back to sand again, which is great. Unless what's said about dig out the lab actually being legit. Come on, I thought we were done with that. Okay, I'm only joking. It's technically been 5 years since the last dig out the lab. Also, speaking of which, after we're done with the construction, I do have an update in the HQ for you to compensate with the takeover of ZL3. Anyway, we'll get to that right after the construction, as I do have something to show you. So, what are your thoughts on this construction right here? We do have another set of construction over there. I'll get to that in a minute, but anyway, yep, we have something inside these crates commemorating this party. These are meant to be upcoming lights that we'll see. No, this is not a nighttime event. Don't worry. The next nighttime event, I think it's going to be Operation Multiverse. As well, it kind of makes sense, because it'll be, a different universe. It kind of makes sense. Don't worry. That's the next nighttime event. Don't worry. No nighttime events until potentially, March's main event. Don't worry. No. I'm done with night events for a while. We had so many of them within the last, 3 months prior to January. So don't worry. No night event. The only reason I say that is just because, well, it'll also help melt the snow a bit, too. Having these lit up lights here. It will help melt the snow, so that's another reason. That'll work. Anyway, the same can go for right here as well. Obviously, we have scaffolding to hopefully hold it all up before we put fence posts to officially hold it up during the actual event. But for right now, we are currently constructing the event. And yes, Valentine's Day party is gone, as you could clearly see. It only took an hour to do. By the way, for the entire hour of 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I was working on cleaning up this party. And when it turned 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I was done. I'm not joking. It was that small. Now, this is going to be a little bigger, but not too big. It'll definitely be a bit bigger than the Valentine's Day party. Oh, definitely, yes. More rooms will obviously be decorated. And it'll truly be a nice way to just commemorate the winter. We've had a crazy winter here in ZL2 and 3. But yeah, that's really it for the construction. Outside of this crate right here, don't open until February 23rd. Yes, the classic don't open until sign. Feels like we rarely see that nowadays. We do not see that nowadays, just to be clear. I really should have already taken off that hat already, by the way. Yeah, that feels better. I think I might have a hat during this event. But yeah, come back in the next episode on February 23rd. Literally the next episode. If you're happening to watch this many months or years in the future, just go automatically to that episode. If you want to get there after this. Anyway, now that we have the construction over with, now let's head down to the HQ. I also am here to announce that all manager sheep are back to their respective jobs, as we can clearly see. I finally found them down there in the lab. I had to kill one Mr. Sheep clone, but outside of that, we are good. Oh yeah, 7 more months until Operation Clones. Man, what a weird year we're gonna have here. No, seriously. I'm not joking. What a freaking weird year we're gonna have here. Oh, okay, there's no librarian ship. I still gotta go find her. I still gotta go hunt her down. But HQ Secretary, I did find, yeah, see? See, I found HQ Secretary. I found her on the, balcony. So I took her down here. Now, this is why I needed to come here. Google 33 purposely asked me to do this. And it makes sense because now we have 2 missions rather than 1. Which, dig out the lab, was not planned. I'm not joking, it was not planned. Colgate 33 thought of that as a last minute thing. I was originally going to deny it entirely, but then I came to a realization. Both of these are being held by alternate Evil Sheet Leader, which, just to be clear, we will be taking down in early April at the end of Operation Multiverse, as the last mission takes place a few days before the event closes. With that being said, dig out the lab free. I say free because the last one took place 5 years ago in March of 2018. At this exact same time right here. Except it was March 3rd through 17th. But again, that is besides the point. It's crazy to believe that it has been almost 5 years now since the last official Dig Out the Lab event. It's crazy to believe that we had gone that long without getting covered in snow, at least that badly. Yes, don't worry, I will bring up 2021, but that technically wasn't even considered Dig Out the Lab, considering it wasn't covered in snow that badly. This, on the other hand, who knows how bad it's going to be. Now, with it being done by alternate ESL, who we were originally supposed to discover with Operation Multiverse, by the way, that's its new name now, considering, first off, we delayed it, because of ZL3's unexpected, takeover. Because of me. Why? I don't understand why. I seriously do not understand that I did that to myself. Seriously. You don't understand how much has changed now because of that. Because of the one person you're listening to right now. Everything else was planned. And I came in and ruined it. Okay, not specifically. Point is, dang. Well, Dig Out the Lab was not because of me. No, that was planned by Colgate33. But the point is, March 2nd to the 16th, as a little reference to an Operation Dome reference. I guess, why not? I mean, we aren't even holding Operation Dome this year, considering we did it last year to kind of bring it back after 4 years as a nice little returning event. I know it would have made a little more sense this year because of the 5-year anniversary and all, but then you would have realized that would have lasted the entire month, much like the original did. I didn't want to do that again. And plus, it would also have felt like 2018 all over again if I did that. Anyway, that is besides the point. March 23rd through April 6th is now Operation Multiverse, formerly named Operation Alternate Universe. But because now we're going to 2 universes of ZL2 instead of 1, this makes sense. This makes total sense that we changed it. Anyway, with that being said, finally, that is it for this episode. I greatly apologize that last segment went on longer than I thought. That wasn't supposed to happen. Ultimately, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I'll see you all in the next episode on February 23rd, where we take a look at the Winter Luau, the event to end the winter. And yes, I can only say winter here because that is what season it is where I am in the world. So we can purposely do this for that reason. And no, before you all go asking, it's not winter everywhere. Remember, where I am in the world, it's winter. So I can do this with reason. I know, I got a comment around like 4 years ago saying pretty much exactly that it wasn't like summer everywhere, and I already knew. But it was summer for me at the time that I did 2019's LA Summer. So that can understand. Back to the point though, see you next time. And I apologize for the long outro. And well, see you in the next episode. It's going to be so much fun next time, I promise. I hope I don't regret saying that.